July 31st, 2026, 1:31 a.m. UTC. Bitcoin starts leaving a batch of wallets. 25 minutes later, roughly 594 BTC, about $38 million at the time, has been swept out of around 500 wallets. Follow-up on-chain analysis by Galaxy Research later linked up to about 1,083 BTC across nearly 1,200 addresses, over $70 million. Here's the part that should make your skin crawl. Nobody was phished. Nobody installed malware. Nobody signed a single transaction. The one thing the victims had in common was the birth date of their wallet. Hi, I'm Tom, and welcome to Tom Talks Blockchain. Today, we're going to talk about whether your wallet is safe was decided in the very first second of its life. We'll cover what hardware wallets genuinely do well, where their structural weak spot is, and my own take, why an idle old phone can match dedicated hardware when it comes to randomness. This is not a point and laugh video. The goal is to understand the mechanics behind this failure. Part 1. What happened? The device in question is the Coldcard. According to Coldcard's security advisory, the flaw entered firmware 40 inches, March 2021. The seed generation code bypassed the hardware RNG and fell back to a software generator. This generator was seeded from data that is not secret at all, like the device serial number. On affected M3 devices, this meant roughly 40 bits of effective entropy instead of 128. This flaw sat in shipped firmware for more than 5 years, quietly, until those 25 minutes on July 31st. Now, for today's core concept, entropy. In plain terms, the amount of randomness. A seed phrase isn't magic, it's just a human-readable encoding of a random number. 12 words encode 128 bits of entropy, which means 2 to the power of 128 possible seeds, roughly 3.4, followed by 38 zeros. The entire security model of self-custody rests on one assumption. Your seed was drawn truly at random from a space too large to search. And 2 to the 40? About 1.1 trillion. Sounds big, right? To a human, it's astronomical. To a machine, it's a checklist you run from top to bottom. The attacker never needs to touch a single device. They just generate all 1.1 trillion candidate seeds. The whole attack runs completely offline. On the victim side, there's nothing to notice. No sound at all. You might ask, how did nobody catch it for 5 years? Because a weak seed does not look weak. It still comes out as 12 perfectly ordinary BIP 39 words. The wallet accepts it. Every screen shows exactly what a strong wallet would show. Strength simply isn't a property of the output. It lives in a question you cannot see. How many other seeds could have been generated instead? The code holds that answer. And this is not a one-off. It's an entire family of bugs. Milksad, Trust Wallet, Profanity, Randstorm, they all share one shape. A secure random source silently replaced by a predictable one. No error, no warning, until someone enumerates the key space. This is not a hardware wallet disease. It's the same pothole the whole industry keeps driving into. So, what does this incident actually say about hardware wallets? Hardware wallet names a form factor, not a guarantee. All protections work against theft. But if the key can be regenerated, every downstream protection is useless. Notice though, every strength of hardware wallets, dedicated elements, air gapping, confirmation screens, they all guard against theft. Against theft, they are excellent. But if the key can be regenerated, every downstream protection is useless. Notice though, every strength of hardware wallets, dedicated elements, air gapping, confirmation screens. They all guard against theft. Against theft, they are excellent. And 4, most people run hardware wallets as single sig. This incident put a spotlight squarely on Hashon. Here's the take I most want to share. To evaluate any wallet, you really only need one question. Who makes your randomness? A hardware wallet's answer. The vendor makes it themselves. A company of a few dozen people writes its own entropy path. A software code wallet's answer is different. It borrows the most battle-tested computing platforms on this planet, an idle iPhone or Android. Take Onbit as the example. We call standard libraries that land in the iOS or Android kernel's CSPRNG. On an iPhone, that generator is continuously fed by the hardware TRNG inside the secure enclave. Your phone already contains hardware entropy. The randomness still ultimately comes from hardware. Hardware built by Apple and Google, audited by the whole industry for over a decade. And the single most important property: what happens if that source is unavailable? The BIP39 library throws an error. Wallet creation fails. Full stop. No fallback path exists. Fail loudly. Never fall back. That is the exact mirror image of the Coldcard class failure. Their shared defining feature is one word: quietly. You do not need dedicated hardware to get randomness of equal strength. Think about what else rides that same random chain in your phone. Every HTTPS connection, every iMessage, your full disk encryption keys. It's been reviewed for over a decade and battle-tested on billions of devices daily. It's quite possibly more thoroughly audited. Software code wallet doesn't mean no hardware randomness. It means renting Apple's and Google's hardware randomness. That said, it faces its own test, discipline, a dedicated device, factory reset, permanently offline, QR codes only. The air gap is enforced by you. This time, hardware wallets lost on the burst of their entropy. Software code wallets are tested on everyday discipline. No free lunch, only trade-offs you've actually thought through. Now look at what actually saved people. BIP39 passphrases and dice rolls. A passphrase is secret material the device's RNG never touched, and 50 plus independent dice rolls contribute at least 128 bits of entropy from the dice alone. The pattern: what saved people was always independent randomness from outside the device's RNG. Push that idea to the structural level and you get multisig. 3 keys generated independently on 3 devices. 1 weak key becomes just a maintenance task. Rotate it. Protection comes from the word independent. 3 keys on the same model fail together. If you own an affected Coldcard, 1. Update the firmware. 2. Generate a brand new seed and move your funds. Updating protects seeds from now on. It cannot rescue old ones. 3. Never type your seed into any checker website. Phishing harvest. One more angle. This code sat in open source firmware for 5 years. AI review weeks earlier missed it. Researchers suspect the attacker found it with AI. MVK put it bluntly: AI-assisted review now finds latent bugs faster than the most seasoned experts. It means this code has run fine for years is no longer evidence of safety. All old code is new attack surface. Whoever looks first wins. This is the new normal for all software. Finally, 5 questions to ask any wallet. What is the source? What if it fails? Can the path be verified? Is a passphrase supported? Are multi-sig keys generated on independent devices? Any wallet that can answer all 5 clearly, whatever its form factor, deserves respect. Hardware wallets are not dead. Randomness failed, not the form factor. Security is a chain, and the weakest link is the wallet's first second. The right source is a platform, CSPRNG, tested on billions. The right failure is a loud error. An ordinary person with an offline old phone can get randomness of equal strength. Fifth, never let one seed carry everything. Passphrase, multisig, they both say add redundancy to a single point of failure. Any wallet, including mine, is one line away from a quiet downgrade. How would it break and would anyone see? I'm Tom, see you in the next one. This video is educational content and personal opinion only, not investment or security advice. For incident details, refer to Coldcard's official advisory. Facts as of August 2, 2026. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for the next one. Tom, founder of ownbit.io. Educational content only. Subscribe for more blockchain insights. Stay safe in the digital world. The weakest link is always the first second. Make sure you know who makes your randomness. See you soon. Protect your seeds. Use independent randomness. Tom Talks Blockchain. EP3 concludes. Check the show notes for links to security advisories. The goal is peace of mind. Independent devices, independent keys. That is the structural answer. Don't trust, verify. Tom out. Final thought. Randomness is the foundation. Build on a strong one. Subscribe and stay tuned for more deep dives into self-custody. Tom Talks Blockchain. Educational content and personal opinion only. Facts as of August 2026. Thanks for learning with us today.